everybody, Steelfist Gaming here. As you all know, recently a movie called The Backrooms came out, and it's about that thing on YouTube where apparently a while ago there was a guy who somehow got lost. It was old footage. They were recording a movie, and no one's really sure how or why, but people have been theorizing about it. Where somehow this actually happened in real life. This guy, he was filming a movie and he got sucked into some alternate dimension where it's just office space. And it's a pretty scary idea. Oh yeah, these hand gripper things are here. I use them to work on my grip strength, but I'm clear them off the table so that way they don't distract you from what I'm about to say. And someone took this phenomena that somehow happened, and they made a movie about it, and this guy's named Kane Pickles. Link in the description. I'm going to tag him in this video. I ought to make a SpongeBob in the Backrooms movie. Anyways, so obviously, spoiler alert, if I'm doing our movie review. So let's get into it. First of all, there's this guy named Clark, and he has a furniture store, and in fact, he lives in it, too. Which would be kind of cool. It'd be like a big house, but I mean, just I suppose once it's closed, you have some privacy, but it'd be like a gigantic house. There's furniture everywhere. But he's going through a rough time in his life, and one day, just out of nowhere, he finds this thing in the basement. It's some sort of secret door hidden with mirrors or something, and he goes through it, and underground somehow there is just, I think in real life it's an alternate dimension, but I think the way they said in movies it was underground, somehow underneath the city. And he goes through the wall, through some sort of door hidden with mirrors, and it's just office space for miles around. And then he walks around some more, and hears some strange noises and runs from something, and then he eventually goes back into the real world. Then he tells his therapist about it, and she's like, well, that's probably not true. But then he takes some people with him, and they get killed by something in there. Oh yeah, and the whole thing is an MRI machining company that make MRI machines. They made the Backrooms. And they sort of just dug the tunnels for some reason, and eventually he sort of goes crazy, and there's this giant weird creature that looks just like him that eats him, and also his therapist is there in the Backrooms for some reason, and then, all after that happens, she escapes through some tiny crack in the wall she can barely fit through, and then she gets captured by these scientists who are there for some reason, and then they turn her into some sort of, well, she's being interviewed to figure out what she knows, and then she, gets turned some sort of weird creature at the end, and that's the end of the movie. So, I think it was pretty scary. I didn't really sleep the night after I saw it. It was pretty scary. But, anyways, I think Kane Pickles, he's a director, just like me, and I think Kane Pickles did a good job directing it. There's one problem. You know what I'm gonna say. Every 12.5.3752 seconds in the movie, somebody says the F word. I mean, seriously. It's excessive. Even one's excessive, but anyways, there were just so many. You couldn't get away from it. The movie would have been rated like PG at most. it could have been rated G. I mean, it's just some guy wandering around in the rooms. I mean, there's a part where a guy gets eaten, but it isn't that bad. And it could have been rated PG or PG-13. I mean, Indiana Jones got away with PG when the guy's face got melted off. Zoinks! Anyways, but they could have had it to a larger audience and had it not rated R if they just didn't put so many cuss words in it for no reason. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. There are so many cuss words in this movie. And that's just what I think about it. You know, I'm noticing a terrifying pattern in real life. People, when you're talking, you might say, so, well, you know, things like that, and just filler words, and the F word is being turned into a filler word. I've noticed in conversations, both in real life and in movies and TV shows and video games, people are using the worst cuss word ever made as a filler word. It's completely ridiculous. You know, there was a time where I thought I could do this by being nice. There was a time where I thought that civil discussion was the cure for the problem of cuss words. But as I see my world, the world I was born into and the world that I will live in, be torn apart by cuss words, I will not stand by. I am going to fight cuss words with everything I have. Ah! Yeah! I'm not afraid anymore. I'm going to fight cuss words with all of my strength. Because as a movie director, I see so many cuss words in movies that it's completely unbearable, you guys. I mean, the last two movies I saw in theaters, well, two of the last three. Project Hail Mary didn't have, I don't think it had any. So, that was good. But, what was it? The Running Man in the Backrooms movie had so many cuss words in it. It was absolutely crazy. And it was just completely ridiculous, the amount that they had. I mean, every 10 seconds, they would say the F word. And it was just... They should not have done that. You know, you can make a perfectly good horror movie without, or any type of movie, but I'm talking about horror movie because it was a horror movie. It was scary. And you can make it perfectly scary without any cuss words. I mean, if I see a guy, well, scary, I can't be scared of a two-dimensional object on a screen, but if I see a guy, I don't know, let's take The Thing, for example, turning into some sort of weird creature, I'm not going to be like, oh, that isn't scary, until some guy says a cuss word in the movie, and then I'm going to be terrified. No! You don't need cuss words to make something scary. The whole point of a horror movie is to be scary, and filling it up with cuss words just distracts me from it, because it's just bad, you know? Like, I've gone into detail many times about why cussing is bad. Pretty much throwing garbage into the river of life and reality. You know, like, if you saw someone throwing garbage into the river, you'd be like, hey, that's bad. But people say cuss words, which is worse. I mean, it's like, it's polluting reality. Rather than just polluting nature, it's polluting reality, alright? Reality as we know it. It's making people hate each other. It's making people less pleasant to talk to. It's bad. Alright? No more saying cuss words. Makes me feel sick just even thinking about it. The extent to which cuss words have expanded throughout society. Society. We live in a society, don't we? I'm just going to say it. We live in a society, man. But, there's just so many. There were so many cuss words in that movie, I don't like it. It would have been a perfect horror movie without any cuss words. I mean, it would have been perfectly scary. It would have been well executed. It would have been. It just would have been a good movie. But it just isn't because there's so many cuss words. So I'm going to rank this movie. I'm going to rank it without the cuss words. 10 out of 10. A great horror movie. An excellent concept. Done great by Kane Pixel. It's Pixels, isn't it? I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Pixels. Kane Pixels, who is like 20 years old, which makes him the youngest director to make a movie besides me. I did it when I was like 18 with Space Fights, link in the description. But besides him, besides me, he's young, alright? And it's impressive because most people who direct movies are, George Lucas is like 200 years old by now. And he's still directing movies, I think. They made Star Wars movies. They could have done it without him. But most movie directors are on the older side because But Kane Pixels, he's been doing. He just made this whole movie. It's crazy. But taking that into consideration, this movie's a 10 out of 10. Take the cuss words into consideration. It's a 0 out of 10. Because pretty much any cuss words, it ruins a movie for me. There could be great movies out there. People are like, I don't like SpongeBob, I don't like VeggieTales. There's not enough cuss words and violence in it. You can make a perfect movie, TV show, video game, book, YouTube video, fortune cookie thing, diary, journal, article, blog, stone tablet, television program. I already said that. I'm trying to think of all the forms of media. But anyways, no matter what it is, you can make it just fine, if not better, without cuss words. So that's my 2 cents on the matter on this movie. And yeah, just please, Kane Pickles, if you're watching this, I know you're probably going to make another movie because you were very, very good at it the first time. So please, let me ask you, please do not put any more cuss words in your movies. Just take a page out of my book and just listen to me. Look at my movies. They're pretty much perfect without any cuss words. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Steelvis Gaming, signing out. Also, if you want to send me any fan mail, right here, this address, and I will open it in a video. And yeah, Steelvis Gaming, signing out.